Hey everyone, good afternoon, evening, whatever it is. Just felt like going live, get away from the bullshit drama of everything going out there and on about stupid shit. So if you feel like coming in, come in. If you don't. Doobie doobie doo doo doo. Hey, word of the month. How you doing, man or lady? How's your Saturday going? Hey, Wendy L. How you doing, hon? I just felt like going live. Got tired of hearing about the Brian drama and the sorry about the cough. The recruit drama. Yay, he's back. Whoopee! People don't want to deal with the stupidity. They should just leave it behind and move forward. Ignore the idiots. Hey, Miss Joe. Hey, Uncontrollable. Oh, it's all good, Miss Joe. Poor Glenn he was trying to keep his panel calm, cool, and collected, and people are just sitting there bickering back and forth at each other because that's all they have. Yay, fun. Sit here and argue for 10 hours. Yeah, how fun that isn't. See if I can get a couple more people in here. See if I can clickbait. No, it caught me a couple of times. It's just I hardly ever go live unless I'm bored and there ain't nothing really going on. The panel link's up at the top. If you want to come up, I can invite you up here and add you to the panel if you like. Hey, Wobbly. Sweet as sugar. How you doing, hon? Sweet, sweet and sour. Who's that? Hey, Booty Wart.
I seen retards in your title. Thought you was calling me out.
I'm just saying retard in general. There's a lot of us out there.
Woke up a little bit ago, and hell, man, my DMs were burning up.
Oh, what about this time?
Apparently, Rick Crude had called me a chomo, but fucking, I've got a lot of people that'll swing the bat for me. Apparently, because he actually retracted it.
Oh, as much as I know about you, that's far, far from untrue. You're not
Right?
far.
Actions speak louder than words, don't they?
Yeah. Guys like to. Hey, Murph. Guys like to use that just for attack, and it just shows you how well of a person they are.
Well, you know, like me and Andrew with the Drama Dome branching out, finding those other communities and shit, man. It's rapid to do that. Apparently, that any and everybody's fucking doing it. Just calling anybody out as a chomo. It's like, whoa, man, whoa! Don't water down that word.
Yeah, well, like everybody calling everybody a racist. It watered down the word, so the word basically doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right, right.
So they actually have meaning to a word now. It's just a word like a condom, used and thrown away. Now here's a super troll. Anybody else can come up. Put Booty Warts in his place.
Yeah.
Let me remind you, Booty Wart, not Odin, Booty Wart. Yeah. Poor Glenn. It just every time it seems like he has Brian there, it becomes a shit show. And Glenn's a good dude.
Oh man, I love Glenn. I could listen to him all day, and like please don't get me wrong. I'm not making fun of his hearing disability at all. But that mixed with his Cajun accent, holy cow!
Yeah, and you're like, wait a minute, what did he just say? So you rewind it a little bit, and you're like, oh, that's what he said. I thought he said something else.
But I don't know much about him, but just taking him as face value and on here and shit, man, he just seems like a really sweet guy.
You had a great video. I was reading what Joe was saying.
Oh yeah, very telling. One of those videos of you always got to watch out who you're letting into your community.
Yeah. There's a lot of so-called freedom fighters. Yeah. I hope they don't fight for my freedom because, boy, I don't want them to fight. You got a rapist, you got a bunch of pedos, and you got a alleged pedo, murderers. Boy. Then you got a mobster like Merv. You want me to share that video, Booty Wart?
Oh, please, please, please do.
You got a link to it, so I don't have to go hunt.
Yeah, I'll put it in the private here.
So, what do you think about Biden's first 5 days or 4 days? He's supposed to be the great uniter, and I still haven't seen anything he's done besides walk slow and speak slow.
You know, I haven't even really been paying attention to him, to be honest about it, because I really don't give him much time left on this earth. Camilla's the one who's really going to be president.
Sorry, I was going to say I'd give him 2 to 3 years, and Camilla, president of the United States, due to death.
Yeah, she'll finish out pretty much his term, then, you know, try to hit those next two.
And she'll be able to do her two terms plus his couple of years. Okay, yeah. Your video coming up. So we all ready to watch it? Oops. The right panel. Whoop.
Hello, everybody. It's Booty Wart on the ass of YouTube. It's dark down here. Man, you should really be aware of who you let into your community. Do your own research.
Oh, damn. Did we miss who it was?
Well, the profile there at the beginning of it, News Now Permian Basin. Real easy to find his info, folks. Really easy.
Is he a child molester?
11 years old.
So another monster in this so-called community.
Yeah. I know, folks, that's a quick edit, really down to the point, but I'll just fucking tell you, I don't put shit out without doing research, and it's very, very easy to research him for yourself. Just look around his channel.
I'll play it again, this time slower.
Hello, everybody. It's Booty Wart on the ass of YouTube. It's dark down here. Man, you should really be aware of who you let into your community.
Offense, identifying incident with a child sexual content. Victim's age 11. Damn. Another one in Texas. What's up with that?
You know, I gotta play the YouTube game. Y'all know I've been taken down before for doing the same shit, but I will fucking make another channel and another channel and another channel to out these fucking pieces of crap.
Well, you didn't give out his name, his real name, or the victim's name,
Exactly.
or picture.
Miss Joe makes a very good suggestion in chat, and it's easy to find on his channel, folks.
Oops. Did I share her suggestion?
I didn't see nothing.
Google is your best friend, people. Learn to use it. You'll find out laws that you don't even know about, and you can actually learn. And you can learn about people.
And that's we hell, Odin. We started out this stream with a just calling any and everybody under the sun a chomo. Don't fucking cut it. So, always deep research. Ask for help or anything before you make an accusation like that on somebody.
Hey, Booty, check backstage. You do that in private backstage. If anybody else wants to come up, they can. Oops. You can come on up, Golden Eyes. If you talk too much, I can put you in the basement. I'm just kidding. Mr. I could be, or should we say Michael? That's who we could hook Golden Eyes up with. Whoops, not Booty Wart. Golden Eyes with I Could Be. That'd be a good couple.
It'll break Bubs' heart.
Hey, sweetie.
What y'all doing? I don't have much power left in my earbuds, so I can only stay a few minutes.
I'm just up here bullshitting, talking about a creep in the community.
A new creep?
Yeah.
Do tell.
It's
I can
Pizzagate.
I can replay the video for you if you want to watch it.
Have y'all played it yet?
Yeah, I can replay it.
How long y'all been live? I didn't realize you were live. I'm sorry.
17 minutes, 18 minutes.
What video? Is it Booty Wart's video?
Yeah.
Yes, I've actually seen it. How about I was gonna say we could show a screenshot. It's probably the same. Either way, how about that? How about that? What do y'all think about that?
I think this community likes to catch them, collect the pedo or the trying to use the correct word here.
Yeah,
Creep.
I heard this guy might have some theft charges. Besides being a kitty diddler, he's also a thief.
Surely not another scammer.
Oh no, no way. He just jumped right into the scamming aspect of the whole community too. Does everybody know who you're talking about? News Now Permian Basin. I swear to God, that's his name, right?
That's it. And you know what's really sad is when you're at a point with we'll just use that community. We all fucking use it in some way. That another one pops up that it isn't surprising. Something is wrong, folks.
Where's he from? New York?
Killeen, Texas.
Oh, Texas. Is it Texas? Damn, it seems like
vendors over there, don't they?
Seems like Texas has a lot of predators.
Well, you got your RB Texas. Now
Yep.
your News Now Permian Basin, and then of course the sex offender of all sex offenders, the king, head of the sex offender snake, Earl, right there in Texas.
Yep.
I mean, statistically, it's got to be outrageous statistically how many of them there are in this freaking community order.
It's unbelievable, huh? Well, what is the other guy? Okay, there's, I think, Zero Fucks Given. Is that one of them? I think that's his name. I don't want to mistake anybody.
Zero Fucks Given. He's in, I want to say, Louisiana area.
We got News Now, Permian Basin. We've got Rex, of course. We've got
right, Rex.
Zero Fucks Given, RB Texas, Time to Stand.
Yeah, Time to Stand was the other one I was trying to think of.
Text Bet 1.
I'm trying to remember Text Bet 1. I'm trying to remember who that was.
Leon
He
Valley.
was around.
Oh, yeah. I remember that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We almost forgot about him, so I had to bring him back up. We almost forgot because he bolted when he got found out.
He sure did. I've met that guy before. I want to say Sasquatch isn't here right now, but I want to say we had a meal with him. He came and ate with us, group of people, ate some barbecue or something. The RB text, not the RB text, the guy we were just talking about.
Yeah, Text Bet 1.
Yeah, that guy. Real nice guy. He was a real nice guy, but I think he had some issues with young children or something. Don't remember exactly, but yeah, he just disappeared.
And another one, it wasn't his fault. I remember those words from him on Discord.
It's never their fault.
Their fingers slip.
It always seems like the victim made them do it or some shit. And I'm not saying the victims made them do it. Don't put that word in my mouth.
Did you guys get to watch? I was on Dee's panel this morning. We were talking about the mouse. Yeah, the mouse video from, I guess, very early this morning or late last night or something. And he's just going off on his ex-wife, telling her how he's going to buy all the property up around her and send boys over to her house and weird stuff. Just super creepy.
Buy up all the land. Can't pay his rent and shit, but can buy up all the land.
Yeah. We're, and besides all of us listening to it, we know he's full of shit. But I was saying, what about kids and young people that don't know, and that's particularly that, the predators look for people that don't get it, that don't understand, that believe all that crap.
Well, Teresa, that brings up something when I was like, well, I'm going to remind people who's still around when I did my old Booty Wart channel and started calling out people again to, basically continue, because new people coming in all the time, give them benefit of the doubt. They don't know, and it's not really a spoken up subject among other auditors for some reason, trying to avoid the truth. Zero Fucks Given has a gaming channel, okay?
Yikes.
Oh, that's nice, because his victims were young boys, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it
Correct.
Was his victim. I'm sorry, I don't know that. I don't know how many victims there were, but there's one conviction, one victim that has a conviction behind it.
You want
some of these other people, if they want to be a real activist, speak up.
You got these auditors who want cops to call out other cops, yet the auditors don't call out the bad auditors.
You know who else has a lot of sexual deviance in their profession is police officers, and they all look the other way for that. I was kind of skimming through the video that Patrick put up today about that cop in Jersey Village, and how there's all this sexual deviancy going on, and that's something that you don't. I mean, I guess you see it in other professions, but they all. What you can take away from it is that police officers were covering up whatever was going on there. They were hiding it for them, and that's a lot of times what you see people in this community doing for their fellow sex offenders, or for people that they think have their best interests at heart, or really fighting the good fight, but maybe are just out there to get some clicks and views and money off of videos and your donations.
So the auditors are just like the cops in one cent of the way.
Yes, they are what they hate about themselves. Right? I mean, they are what they hate about other people. That's what I meant to say.
Looking in the mirror and taking a good look at yourself kind of hurts sometimes, I guess.
Oh, it stings at times too.
But it's not that bad, folks. Always take a good damn look at yourself and see where you stand and what you are and question yourself. Fuck the clicks and views.
Yep. And I always listen to a bright lady like AK, Teresa, Miss Joe. And there's a bunch of other pretty bright ladies.
Well, the trick is, I think, to keep an open mind and listen to what people have to say. Listen. Sometimes people are full of shit, and you listen to them and you say, man, that guy's full of shit. And then sometimes you hear something good. I don't know. I try to listen to everybody. I try to see everybody's perspective, at least. I try to at least respect them that much. But other people don't do that for you. So sometimes you're just standing out there seeing all these perspectives, and everybody else sees you as, bitter and scorned or whatever.
Better old lady. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Odin and Teresa both, you all know me from way back. And I had been, when I was doing my activism, I was one of those guys that jumped right on the bandwagon without asking questions. And I'd put out that Tyrant Alert video. I am totally guilty of it. But
Right.
when I started paying attention to you all in chat, I was like, wait a minute, I don't see them saying like directly something bad. I see them asking questions or like bringing up points here and there. Why don't I do my own little investigations and get to the bottom of it? I wish I did add that in a recent video, because I took down the original and edited and put up this one just to be a little safer. And what I saw was some chit chat going on in different chat rooms, and I went for myself and investigated for myself before I jumped on the bandwagon of accusing somebody of something so horrendous. And bam, I guess. And I'm willing to help anybody else that has something that, are questioning. Always reach out to me in a chat or whatever. No problem. We'll get to the bottom of it.
I heard, and I do this. I listen for the rumors and stuff. And a lot of times when I hear a rumor, even here in town about, whatever the case may be, particularly governmental accountability type stuff. But when I hear rumors and I go in and I start pulling records and stuff, usually my number one goal is to try to dispel it. Because a lot of times you'll hear a rumor and it'll be so outrageous. You'll be like, there is no way. They must have mixed that up with this or mixed that up with that. And, I'm a spaz, and, particularly in government where I can pull the record and stuff, I'll go back and look myself. So, it's always best, I think, to kind of look for yourself. Sometimes you get those records in your hands and you look at them and you're like, oh my God, how could I have been so wrong? Can you hear me? My earbuds just went out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're coming through good.
Sometimes you get those records in your hand and there's nothing there. And sometimes you get them in your hand and there's a whole lot of stuff that you would have never imagined. So it's always best to look for yourself. Look for yourself.
Yeah, I'm back. What were you talking about, Teresa?
My earbuds are dead, Odin, and I'm going to have a reverb.
It's all good.
I'm charging them as fast as I can.
Need to get some new earbuds or a headset that actually works.
These are brand new. This is my iBuds or whatever, the Apple ones, the Apple Pro buds, but they're dead. I didn't charge them up this morning, so.
You should pull Leonard and get $1 headset earbuds.
I got a drawer full of those. I tell you, when I got this new computer, these earbuds were like, I think I got them for like, I don't know, maybe $50 or $100, but I got them real cheap. They're like normally $249, but because of the computer, I got a deal on them. So I bought them, and I love them. And I liked them so much that I took all of my other, wired earbuds and all of those other, because I had just a big pile of them here, and I had bought, I had like 5 extra boxes of them in case, one of them would break. I'd always have a backup here for them. I took all of them and threw them in the drawer. So now I'm just using these. I really like them.
Yeah, I could remember Leonard always say, "Go get yourself a damn $1 pair of earbuds, so you don't get that reverb."
I have a drawer full. I probably should go over there and get a pair, huh?
Yeah, it might work.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
And to let everybody know in your chats and stuff, Odin, I'll do a little plug here. Masshole Kate invited me on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to talk about News Now Permian Basin a little more.
Oh, good. You got his public records.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know how Masshole reports, so yeah, all that's been pulled and being pulled.
I hope and pray they redact the victim's name out of it. His, I could care less.
No, that's yeah, that'll all be redacted and all that good stuff.
Good, because you shouldn't re-victimize a victim.
No, and I'd like to I would kind of like to stress the terminology on people is like myself. I've learned and it's hard to say uplifting with such a horrendous act, but instead of victim, survivors. We're survivors.
Oh, I'm sorry, Booty. Yeah, survivors.
No, don't be sorry.
I'm back. How's this sound?
Sounds great.
Oh, good. I was worried it sounded like shit.
This might make me sound like I'm being a dick. Do I agree they should have a First Amendment? Yes. Freedom of speech and all that good crap? Yes. Should it be moderated? Yes, to a point.
Sex offenders are, that they normally have to register for a certain amount of time. Some of them are lifetime registries, and there's a reason for that. They put their information online and stuff, and that was the whole fucking point of doing it, was so that you could do your research on these wackos that live in your area and know who they were. Because before they did that, they had these sex offenders that would move into, your area, and they'd murder little children or rape or whatever. And, nobody was the wiser. And then they'd just move on and do it again. And they can't do that anymore. They can't just slip into their mama's house and live in the garage and nobody be the wiser and be molesting all these kids anymore. They can't do that. So, too fucking bad if people don't like, that people do research on it. And I tell you what, I cannot wait to see the Colleen documents, or this guy. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said, the Colleen guy. I can't wait to see the details of this. Not that I'm looking forward to reading the details, but I'm very interested to see just how heinous this person is.
Yes.
It's not an easy. It's definitely not an easy thing to do mentally. Looking into these guys and reading documents and such. It definitely ain't easy.
Well, it's gut turning. You truly see how many monsters are out there, and you're like, whoa.
You know,
Is it-
they have sexual assault cases out there that have very little information and very little detail. I've looked into other sexual assault cases before. And then, you have some cases that will just have pages and pages of descriptions of things that these people did. And those are the really hard ones to look at, because some of the details can just be so horrible.
Hey, Mike.
How's it going?
Okay.
Hi, Mike Honcho. I've never met you before.
Teresa, I'm a big fan. I've watched a few of your videos, and but I like I said, big huge fan. Friend of Odin and Booty Wart. One thing you guys were talking about that I find strange is that you have these auditors that are documented child molesters. They're just this gamut of illegal activity and immoral activity. Why do people follow?
Your guess is as good as mine. They
I'm just
idolize
shocked.
them. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, they and you're right. You said it right there. They idolize them, and I don't understand it.
Trisha, you got any idea why they do that?
I'm sorry. I had to walk. I had to kind of walk away from it for a second because my dog wanted to go outside. You were saying, why do people follow him? Because they want to believe the fairy tale. They want to believe that it's all, this community particularly doesn't like police officers or the government or whatever. So they're easy to, persuade or to convince that it's all the government's fault that they're in the position that they're in.
Pick me.
Yowda!
Hey.
Hey, Raging.
Hey, how you doing, Odin? Mike Honcho.
Yo,
Excellent question.
well, thank you.
I mean, seriously, and there's it's not okay. Sex offenders and child molesters and everything. That's horrendous. That's crazy. And why do people follow them, support them, and idolize them? I mean, excellent question. And it's not just them. It's your felons and your complete assholes out here that are supposed auditors. People idolize and follow them too. A perfect example. All right, Earl David Warden. Now, if there is anybody out there, anybody that believes that Earl David Warden is 100% innocent of the rape charges. I mean, he was tried, convicted, and served prison time for it. You know what I'm saying? So
And I believe he had to admit it, right? Didn't he have to admit it when he went to prison?
I
right.
believe he got shot probation for that. Trisha,
No,
He didn't have to admit it. He was convicted by a jury.
Right, exactly. I mean, yes, there are people that get convicted by juries that are innocent. But I mean, I'm just going to go with what I've always said. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Quacks like a duck. It's definitely a duck.
Absolutely. I mean, none of us on this earth are perfect human beings. None of us, including me, as hard as that is to believe.
No.
But excellent question, Mike. I mean, and there are people out there that just idolize these people.
I don't care about their past. That was 20 years ago. They're out there fighting for our rights. I'm so fucking sick of hearing that.
Yeah, and okay, that brings up another point. Walking into a post office or walking into any building where people are working for a living and sticking a camera in their face and harassing them, how in the hell is that sticking up for my rights or your rights?
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
It makes money. It makes money on YouTube.
Yeah, yep. Okay, I'll give you that, Teresa. I'll give you that. That's exactly what it does.
That's all it does.
That's all it does.
Well, Teresa doing the public records at that one place where that lady was being a total witch and her granddaughter was there. Teresa was actually fighting for everybody's rights in that situation of getting public records, in my opinion.
Well, it also depends on the way people do it. Okay, there are auditors out there who do approach people, in a decent manner, and then you've got your News Now Patricks.
Oh, that piece of crap.
Exactly. His entire agenda is to literally harass people. That's what he does. And he goes, and somebody will say, well, why are you filming me? Well, because I can. Well, I wish you wouldn't. Well, I'm gonna anyway. His only goal, his total agenda is to harass.
I think that goes like, for instance, if you've watched this NC Tire Hunter, and he blatantly says we're going out here and they're going to audit businesses, factories, and we're going to teach them something today. They have a job. They're doing their job, minding their own business. This guy obviously must not have a job, so he's like, here, we're going to interrupt their day to do this stuff. I find it totally amazing that if he put that much energy, or any of these auditors put that much energy into quote unquote teaching the public what's right, that they could, have a great job and put all that energy to working for something, not renting, or they could buy something. It just totally floors me that YouTube allows this.
Well, I'd spoke on this before. Teresa, look back private chat. I'd spoke of this before. I did one audit, or no, I actually did two, but only got the second one didn't really do anything. No big deal. That's great. But I cop watched for a year and a half. Never exchanged one word with a cop. Never got a word spoke to me by a cop. Filming traffic stops, and I would stay in their point of view, not coming up behind their back, not shining a flashlight on them, anything like that. And there was quite a few people that, like, I don't know if it was because of me or not. I'd like to think so. That got out of a ticket while I was filming. I only got up to 1,300 subscribers. No big deal. That's not what I was more about those people. If I could maybe save someone from a ticket, or save someone from violence, not just from the cop, but maybe save that cop and have some evidence for them if they had violence committed against them. A traffic stop's a dangerous freaking situation. I understand that there are bad people out there, but I never monetized my channel. That's not what it was about for me. I don't have a problem with anybody monetizing a channel, but I never got those big subs because I wasn't up there calling that officer a piece of shit, getting up in their face and causing a ruckus. I wasn't the story.
I like Jeff. Some of the stuff he does, I don't care for, but I like Jeff. I just wish he would learn not just film and not be part of the story. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you're filming, okay, that's great. That's fine. Okay, you're filming, and a cop walks up to you. Granted, not all cops are perfect, and a lot of times, seriously, the cops don't know the law. Hey, you're walking down the street. Give me your ID. I agree with the auditor most of the times. No, I don't have to give you my ID. But when the auditor turns around and says, fuck you, pig, I mean, where do you draw the line?
Right. And I see people saying, I like NC Tyrant. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying I don't like him. What I'm saying is I don't like the process that and I just threw a name out there because that was what top of my head. It could be anybody, PayPal Patty, it could be Glenn Serio, it could be any of them. But that was the name I just threw out there. But my problem is that nobody asked them to go and do this. They've taken it upon themselves, and they think, oh wow, this is a way to make money. And I'm, like I said, shocked that they put that much energy into it, that if they put their energy somewhere else, like getting a job, they could actually afford home, land, you know, motorcycles, guns, whatever, you know.
All right, I want to play one of Teresa's videos.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't even look to see what it was.
The
Before,
Chief Shelley or Stelly.
before you do that, Odin, I just wanted to just address one thing with Mike again, real quick, and then I'll watch the video. There is one auditor. I'm probably going to catch some shit for this. There is one auditor that I find humorous. I do. I don't always agree with him, but man, you cannot watch his videos without laughing. Is SGV.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it. I've never watched one.
Oh my God, the Shala Mahala and the made-up language and the hand gestures that he makes. He doesn't actually speak to the people that he's auditing, and it drives the people up a wall. And he is just laughing inside the whole time he's doing it. And then when the cops show up, man, he knows English like you read about. It is very comical. I don't agree with him all the time, but I do find SGV funny at times. I think he does some funny shit, but that's all I wanted to say. If you want to watch an auditor and get a couple of laughs, SGV News. I think you'll get a kick out of him.
Now, wasn't that what Kate or Masshole showed last Sunday? And I could be wrong, that there was two people in a car and they were speaking like Spanish, broken English, but when the camera was on themselves in the car, they spoke excellent English. Is that him?
I don't know. I didn't see that one, but look up SGV News.
I sure will.
All right, I'm gonna watch this video.
South Side Slacker, great freaking person.
This is me, Chowda. You ever seen me? Have you ever seen me do activism?
I have a couple of times. Is that you?
This is going to be me and the Rain Chief of Police. His name is Carol Stelly.
All right. This will be good.
Let me know
Because
if it's too loud.
you do have a sexy voice.
Thank you.
If we hear a loud thong in the background raging, we know your wife got a hold of you.
Oh no. She knows I'm a pervert.
There's a lot of text in here. I made a public record request for some LACE tickets. They have a little LACE program where they pay these police officers extra money to go sit out on the side of the road and write tickets. So I was looking into it. It took them a little while, to get me the records. But when I showed up for them, this is what I walked into.
You find out why I cannot have all of these records presented to me at one time. What is the reason that she's going to have to hand them to me one at a time? That's my question.
For accountability. You want to view? She's going to let you view one at a time. You can scan them.
This is what I thought was stupid. One at a time.
Another one. You get to go through the whole stack.
I didn't request one record at the time. I requested all of these records.
You also was told if you wanted all the records at one time, you pay a fee and you'll get them.
So if I give you some money, I can see them all at one time. Is that what you're saying?
You still view them.
No. That's my question.
I'm not getting an argument with you.
Well, how much money will it cost me to be able to see them all at one time? How much?
Well, Joy forwarded that to you.
No, she never did give me a price because I told her I wasn't paying for them. I told her that I'd be happy to come in here and go through them here.
Okay.
But not one at the time. I don't have, you're wasting my time as well.
You scan them. As you scan them, hand it and she pass you another one.
Why can't she just hand them all to me and let me scan them? I don't understand. Why can't I go through the records individually all together? Why can't I have them all together? I mean, that's part of the audit, is to be able to look at all of the records. Together.
Once you scan them, you'll have a copy and you can do what you want with them.
But I can't have them one at a time unless I give you, I can't have them all at one time unless I give you some money. That's what you're telling me, right?
No.
So can I have them all at one time? May I have them all at one time?
You could view them. All right. The only thing it said, we have to make them available to you. Okay. We made them available to you.
Okay, you're not making them available
yes,
to me. They're
are.
over there.
One at a time. You could view them. When you finish with it, she'll give you the second one. We got 400. I think right on 400 of them.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to do?
I want the whole stack so that I can sit here and just start sending them through my scanner. That's what I'd like. I don't want to have to ask for another one.
Okay.
I asked for all of them at one time.
When you submit one through your scanner.
Sir, I didn't submit 400
well,
public record requests. I submitted one
Correct.
for all of these records, not one at the time.
But it doesn't say that you have a right to have all 4 of them as scanned. All right, she's submitting them to you. You plan on scanning them.
Okay. I get it. How much will it cost me to be able to have them all at one time? Can you find out from Joy? Can you let me know? Because I don't know if I'm going to have as much time as you think I'm going to have to sit here and wait for her to hand them to me one at a time. That's ridiculous.
No, that's just the process that we're going to do. All right. You chose to come here and view. You're going to view them. We'll give it to you one at a time. You can only look at one document at a time.
You sure you don't want to call your attorney and make sure that that's going to be all right? Because I'm going to tell you, this is not going to work for me. I don't have enough
time. It's not about what works for you. It's about what works for you.
It is about what works for me.
Teresa, I'm not going to argue with you. Okay? It's not always about Teresa. All right?
No, it's not about Teresa. It's about the public that you serve and
Correct.
Their right to view these records. Not one at the time, not you guys putting me off for 2 weeks, making excuses for why I can't come in here and see them. And now can't even look at the original record, have no idea why. But now you're going to hand them to me one at a time. Why is that? Why can't I what is the reason I cannot have the whole stack?
Because they've been redacted as you requested.
They're redacted, right? Okay. I didn't request them to be redacted.
The attorney redacted, and they're here. You could view them just like you choose to. It's public records. You could view them, you could scan them, you could record them like you're doing right now. We have no problem. As fast as you scan it, she's going to hand you another one.
All right.
She has no problem. She's here to work with it. You want to scan it? The faster it goes for you, we have no problem with it.
All righty. I'm going to play this video. You guys are going to look. You're going to look like you're doing your very best to withhold public records.
Well, we're not.
You're going to look like, sir. You can interrupt me all you want, but you're going to look like you're doing your best to intimidate people into not asking for these records. No. That's exactly what you're doing.
That's only your view of it, Teresa.
Well, what is the reason? I mean, do you not trust me to sit here and do this? What do you think I'm going to do? What about the accountability am I going to do with copies of records
just like we
that
have
you've already redacted?
Just like we have accountability, you got to have accountability too. Okay?
Sir, I'm not accountable to you. I don't work for you. I don't work for the taxpayers. I don't work here. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a citizen. I have a right to look at these records.
And you have the right, and you're going to be afforded that opportunity to look at them.
But you're going to make it as inconvenient for the public that you serve as possible. That's what you're doing.
I'm not making it inconvenient for the public. They're welcome to come anytime, just like you, and view anything.
Welcome to come anytime. It's taken me 2 weeks to get in here to even be able to see this. You guys keep putting me off. And now that I'm here, I'm going to have to sit here, for days trying to go through this one at a time? That's ridiculous. You know it.
You can only view one document at a time, Teresa. Your argument is ridiculous yourself.
It doesn't matter how many documents I can review at the time. That's none of your business how many documents. What your business is to provide me with the records. That's your business. They're all redacted. You should hand them all to me. Because that's what I asked for. I made one record request for all the records, not 400 record requests for 400 separate records, one at a time.
Every record you request, the tickets are right there. You'll be handed one at a time to get a copy.
You guys are ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I hate that guy. I really cannot stand that guy.
Yeah, he seemed like an ass there. You know, I don't know what to say, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Well, I have a view of exactly what it was. It's typical, and again, I don't hate cops, but they have to give a directive, and they have to have the last word, and it has to be their way, and that's exactly how I saw that. He stood there in front of Teresa with the attitude that I am the chief of police here. I am God. You are a minion, and it will be my way or the highway. And his ego would not let him do the right thing.
Teresa, I have to ask, God dang, public records requesting a document such as cops being paid extra to ticket somebody. What in the hell had to be redacted off that?
Well, they weren't redactable. So that was one of the things that was really crazy about it. You know, what they were showing me was the tickets, the actual tickets themselves that they had written. And all of the tickets, when they write these tickets on the SLACE program, they go into, they're sort of special. They're different than regular tickets because when you, if you want to contest the ticket, you have to make an appointment. You have to come in. There's a whole list of crap that you have to do. Or you can pay, $50 and it's all over with, So they just sit there on the interstate. They get paid $25 an hour. They have to write, I believe, they're expected to be productive, which means that they need to write about 3 tickets on the interstate to pay for themselves being out there. So that's what they do. They just sit out there and they write a few tickets, and then they would write down, 3 hours or whatever, write a few tickets, and then they'd be done. And you could look at the tickets and you could look at the times. And of course, they'd write the first few tickets right in the very beginning of it. And then they wouldn't have any other tickets for the rest of the for the rest of the time that they were there. So it looked like they were, doing a couple of hours of a 4-hour, claiming 4 hours, but doing a couple hours and then still having their productivity, because it's pretty easy, to stop people from going over the speed limit on the interstate. So, and, not only that, I think, what else was there was another issue with, mostly the payroll, is that they were getting paid and they weren't sitting out there, but there was some other issues with it too. But anyway, that was the whole point of doing I kind of went off on a tangent, but that was the whole point of asking for the records, because I had heard, that they were padding the hours on it.
And wow, Teresa, I thought you was a bootlicking troll who didn't care about something like that.
That's right. I get that a lot. But I can usually pick out, if somebody comes to me and says, I've been seeing, if they have enough information anyway, I can usually kind of pinpoint where the issues are and make because I've been doing it for a long time, I can kind of make the right public record requests to sort of get to the bottom of it quicker than, asking for a few things and then having to go back and ask for more. Or, I'm a little bit better at it now. And I wanted to say too, I don't know that I would have handled things differently with Howard Stelly. Carol Stelly, that's his name, Carol Stelly. I don't know if I would have handled things differently in that situation, but when I went in there and did that with Stephanie, the clerk, a lot of people talk about my video with the clerk. I probably would have handled things a little differently. If I would do it again, I think I was probably a little hard on her. I could have been a little bit, I think I could have made that video maybe a little bit better, being a little bit kinder to her anyway.
Yet she was a total, excuse my term here, bitch towards you. So you just gave it back to her. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, but I didn't have to. I didn't have to be a bitch back to her. If I hadn't been a bitch back to her, then, maybe even the opposing people, the people that, were on her side, so to speak, would have seen it a little differently, because I wasn't there, really to be a bitch to her. But I kind of fell into it whenever she started with me.
That's some things I've learned. That's something, not that I'm really involved in activism too much anymore, other than my activism's outing these, chomos and shit. But that was one thing I always tried to keep in mind for myself as I was progressing and stuff. is that let them make an ass of themselves. Keep your cool. Keep level headed. Don't let them get caught up to make yourself look bad.
It is for sure one of the best strategies I think that you can employ, and then challenge yourself to try to just keep being nice. Don't let it bother you.
Some of my most favorite videos, can't really think of one off the top of my head right now, are silent audits. The silent, law enforcement stuff, they come up it look like a deer in headlights. They don't know what to do because someone isn't going to play the word game with them.
Yeah. The silent ones seem like they go better for the auditors when they ain't being total dicks. When they're starting to do their stupid hand gestures, it's not them actually being silent, they're actually talking with their hands.
Whenever I would plan an audit, because I don't really do audits, so to speak, but when I would sort of plan one of these little things that's, gosh, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I interrupted you, Chip. Go ahead.
Oh, no. That's fine. Yeah, the silent ones can be funny, but a lot of times the auditor just can't keep it up, and they have to say something. But the audits I like, and I critique the audits, and I'm like a 50-50 guy here. Half of them I agree with the cops, half of them I agree with the auditor. But the ones that I particularly like are the ones where the cop cannot walk away. He just can't. His ego will not let him walk away, even though he knows he's wrong. He just cannot walk away.
Those are some good ones.
Yep. He has to give that last directive. He has to have the last word. Those are the ones where, those are good audits, because it just shows that it's that cop. He is that cop that
you can usually draw that out of the cop. It's, because not all of them will play that game. Some of them are just like, put off by it. I was going to say earlier, I would try to, I used to try to plan these things so that, people would be like I put myself in a more natural situation that, normal people might find themselves in. Not everybody finds themselves, standing outside of a post office filming, but you might, find yourself at, I don't know, the state capitol taking pictures of your kids or something like that might get you, or, like one of my favorite things to do. I don't know that people would do this, but, like making public record requests to walk inside of like any government building and ask for some really simple public record, like the budget. That's something that they should always have available when they can't redact it. And, you can kind of imagine, I don't know, I can kind of imagine other people saying, I want to see that budget. I'm going to go up there and, just see what happens to people when they do it.
One thing I've thought about before, I'll probably show my age here. The kids these days, there's IRL streaming is big. Especially amongst the younger generation and stuff. And I think of my nieces out there, they don't really get into it, but that age group anyways. And I am totally open and about man, these kids might be doing some IRL streaming, and the paranoia that a lot of law enforcement, due to their training, has put into their heads, come out and harass some kid out there,
to bully somebody about it.
Filming a building.
Exactly. More natural situations that people might actually find themselves in.
Hey, Teresa, I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, I know you're a brutally honest person, and you'll answer it. What do you think would have happened if you'd have done exactly what you did and did not have that camera on? Do you think that maybe they would have just said, here you go, here's the whole stack, do what you want? Do you think the camera may have come into play in that situation?
Not in that situation particularly. Not necessarily. You
No,
know,
I was just curious because I think a lot of times the cops will say, "Oh, I don't have a problem with you filming me," but deep down inside, you can just see it in their face that they do have a problem with you filming them.
they over there in Rain, they just don't seem to care what they do on. And I've always been very open in recording there in that city hall, and in their police department. So I don't like hide my camera or anything like that. It's where they can see it, and they never mind just acting like wackos. Now, I think it would have been different with Stephanie in Welsh. I think it might have been different. It might have put her more at ease if I hadn't been recording. I think it probably would have helped.
Well, didn't
Yeah.
she get? Oops, sorry, Chip. Did
Oh
you?
no, I'm just always curious about things like that. If a lot of times, is it really the fact that you're there, or is it the fact that there's a camera there? And like I said, I watch a lot of 1A videos, and I think a lot of times it's the damn camera. They hate it.
So, sometimes it could be the camera, but not all the times. And with that video with this Stephanie, I think Stephanie was fed wrong information about Teresa.
Yeah, Stephanie. Yeah, I have a bit of a reputation and stuff. So, Stephanie, maybe she, I don't know if the camera not having it there would have helped or not. She was, but I will say this: I think that police officers and government officials have not 100%, maybe not even 80%, but I think that a lot of them have learned that while there's a camera out, that it's not a good idea to act like a wacko in front of it. And if they haven't learned that by now, then they probably don't need to be in whatever job they are in acting like that in front of a camera.
Yeah, I mean, me and my wife will talk about it quite a bit because, like, she'll listen. She'll be over there crocheting, having her coffee, and she'll be listening to the videos that I watch and stuff, and and we'll talk about them sometimes because she gets a kick out of them too sometimes. And one of the big questions I have is why hasn't there been like this just massive nationwide memo put out to every cop and every police department, every sheriff and every sheriff's department all around the country that says, when you get a call to somebody who's standing on a sidewalk with a camera, show up, say how you doing, ignore them, and walk away, because they have to show up. I mean, if somebody's standing on a sidewalk filming, is it weird? Yeah, it's weird. But is it illegal? No, it's not illegal. And well over 50% of these cops show up and they want to make it illegal. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you about this here in the state of Indiana during the whole Josh, the Omaha situation this summer in August. There was a bulletin that warned the various agencies throughout the central Indiana that this was happening. It stemmed from Josh's deal over in Anderson, Indiana, Madison County, and moved its way over towards my area. And I know for a fact that a lot of the agencies knew that this was going on. Now, basically, they just warned them, hey, these guys are filming, just watch your six, make sure that, safety is the utmost importance. But here's their agenda. And there was a little blurb about what is going on. And they left. So they get into the whole Mulberry, Indiana incident and the West Lafayette area. And, they already knew that the police departments already knew all about them. And the whole idea is that, hey, we're just going to go there. We'll give them a ticket. If I'm pulled somebody over, hey, they're going to show up. Just, basically just going to forewarn you. But their problem is Josh and Omaha is they insert themselves into the situation of the traffic stop, which is an officer safety thing. And it comes down to it that it's all about clicks and views. And I noticed Omaha got a ticket up in Lake County yesterday, or the 22nd. So Indiana just loves to mess with Omaha. I mean, he comes here knowing that Indiana is not a big fan of him, and all the agencies know.
Yeah, that it just blows me away that, I mean, the cops, the station gets a call, the cop has to show up. That's the bottom line. They have to. It's just, where do they take it once they show up? As far as interjecting yourself into a traffic stop, that's absolutely ridiculous, and a lot of them do it. I see what you're saying there, Mike. That's ridiculous, and that needs addressing. But a lot of these auditors, if they're 50, 60 feet away and they're not really doing anything except for filming, I mean, a lot of these cops need to learn to just ignore it.
Yeah, and a lot of the police officers around here do that. They've been warned. Actually, I guess there was supposedly last year, when all this started getting big, of these auditors, that they put on a class, so to speak. That, hey, this is how you deal with these so-called auditors, and just let them film. You don't have to acknowledge them; just keep an eye on them. It's all about safety, but the auditors can't help but not to interject themselves into it, and that's what really burns my ass.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
I got my earbuds back working, and I tried to switch over, and you know how StreamYards is with switching the mics on. Oh man, I lost my train of thought again. Never mind. Thanks for the mic check.
If they can't hear you, Teresa, I can always move your volume up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is actually how I found this particular community. I mean, how I found all you fine people was literally from, I stumbled upon a First Amendment audit video on YouTube one time, completely accidentally, and I actually remember who it was. It was High Desert Community Watch, and I found it. I don't know. I just found it interesting, so I started watching a lot of them. And like I said, like when I watch an audit video, I like to sit there and really watch it and really critique both sides of it. Who's right in this situation, who's wrong in this situation. And again, like I said, 50% of the time I will side with the cops. 50% of the times I will side with the auditor. I'm not a one-way person where I think the auditor's always wrong or the cop is always wrong. Every audit is a different situation. And so, I mean, I kind of got wrapped up in watching these 1A audit videos.
Give me a second, Asian. I'll move down and put you up. Yeah, Steve, I had to mute your mic. You were feeding back.
I remember.
I'll drop down. I'll let him up.
I'll drop down.
No, you're doing all right. I'll drop down. It was nice meeting you all. Thank you, Teresa.
Nice meeting you, Mike.
Wow, you too.
Oh, I could have dropped. Wouldn't bother me.
Chip, I remember when I met you. Remember we had 4 days of trying to get you on Discord voice?
Oh God, I do remember that.
You mean you told that boomer?
I was a little slow on the uptake there, Teresa.
Mike or Steve, you got feedback.
Really? Getting feedback?
Yep.
How's that possible? If I'm on my phone never feeds back. That's kind of weird.
Well, we are.
What's that today? You need echo cancellation or something. Maybe it's not turned on your phone.
No, but it's kind of weird because that never happens. Okay. Well, I mean, I've only got a couple of minutes, so I'll just drop down then.
No, you're good, Steve.
Teresa, you actually taught that boomer Chip how to get on Discord.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing okay. A little frustrated after Glenn's panel. Trying to help someone understand why we do what we do, and yeah, a little frustrated because it couldn't be explained any clearer, and it just made it very obvious why this person was doing what they were doing. So, and it's kind of sad. So, it's okay.
Well,
They won't ever accept us for who we are, Steve.
Yeah, I just, and I guess I get sucked into drama like anyone else, but when I think I can help someone with a little bit of reason, I'll be the first to jump in there and try to explain to someone that I'm thinking, okay, you're just misunderstanding. You're not getting this picture, so let me see if I can help you clarify it. And then you find out that this person understands fully. They're just obtuse. And there's nothing more you can do at that point. You just go, oh, I'm out of here. I'm done.
Like beating her head against a still door. Pointless.
Like Carol Stelly.
Yeah, I mean,
rain.
I've led a lot of horses to water, and when you get there, most of the time I feel like drowning the fuckers.
Who do we have here? Who's this?
This is Mr. Asian Bourgeois.
Oh, Asian Bourgeois.
Careful, he's a smooth talker.
My sister is a bourgeois. My sister and brother. I have a half brother and sister who were bourgeois before they were adopted.
Hello, good evening.
Asian.
Steve, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful now.
Odin, Teresa, Chip, and Booty Wart. Good evening, guys. Odin, my bad. I just saw the DM link.
Oh, it's all good.
Getting a late start here tonight.
Yeah, same here.
Steve, how was dinner last night?
Wonderful. Oh, my God. When my wife makes lamb for Shabbat, I feel like I'm in heaven. That's like my taste of heaven every week.
Well, I envy you. I'm happy to hear the good news.
That and the challah bread. I feel very fortunate.
Steve, is that go ahead, Teresa.
Did she make the bread? Did she make the bread herself?
Yes. It's all scratch made. Yep.
Nifty. That's cool.
Steve, is that some type of Masonic Jew thing?
Don't make me laugh. Oh my God, don't make me laugh. I'm trying to drive. Damn it.
What were you going to say, Teresa?
No, I was going to say it is a Jew thing. The challah bread, the lamb, all that.
So we'll all have to go to Steve's house to get some lamb.
Odin, lamb don't like peanut butter.
I don't care if it likes peanut butter as long as it's dead and cooked on my plate,
Remember, Odin, bat means no.
Where do I get the lamb? Where do you get the lamb to cook?
Well, we can order it from. There's a couple of really, really good places we can get it ahead of time. You can go to Sprouts, especially if you know the butcher there, and you can order it ahead of time.
Get it from any halal market too.
Well, I don't eat halal, but yeah.
Well, I'll tell you my real quick lamb story here. When I first got married, I was over my mother-in-law's house, and my brother-in-law come up to me and says, "Hey, Chip, do you like goat meat?" I said, "Oh, geez, I don't know. I never tried it. I don't think so." He goes, "Well, then don't eat the lamb."
Are you saying goat meat is lamb meat?
No, my mother-in-law had made goat meat, and she was going to pass it off as lamb to me.
Oh, that's cruel.
Yeah, my wife eats goat meat probably 2-3 times a week.
Wow.
My brother likes
Hey,
to get goat ribs and barbecue them. He likes that. I mean, they're a little greasy for me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of lamb or goat.
What were you going to say, Steve?
No, I'm back at the house now, and I'm just gonna step down. I might go live later on. I got a topic I want to talk about, so we'll see.
All right. Are you going to have Teresa up there?
Oh, if she wants, she's always welcome on my. Every other
I'm thinking about staying up
always
on.
welcome on my stream. What's that?
I'm thinking about staying up all night and doing panels.
Just don't get her fired up, because once you get her fired up, whew, it's like a tornado. You ain't going to tame it.
I mean, it's Saturday, right? Isn't it Saturday?
It is Saturday,
It is.
and I will. Okay, yeah, my kids are coming out to greet me now. I'm gonna head out. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Steve.
I see.
Yep.
Good
Later.
night.
Have a good one, Steve.
Yeah, I can't stay up all night. Mama will yell at me.
Well, you know, the last time I didn't stay up late, the last few times I didn't stay up late on Saturday, all kind of drama happened. And all the videos were private, you know, Sunday morning.
So did I miss anything exciting?
We're just basically bullshitting, talking. Watch a Teresa video.
Cool. Watch the
Hi,
Teresa video.
Hey, okay.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Odin. Hi, Asian. Hi, Booty Wart.
Hey, twin mommy.
And is that Chip?
Chowder.
It is I, the one and only.
Oh, hi, Chip.
Hi.
Asian, we watched
AK.
one of my auditing videos. Did you know that
I
I
enjoyed
did
it.
audit?
Ooh, I did.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I didn't play the one where Teresa was being a bully.
Whatever,
a few.
Odin. You're the bully.
Uh-uh. What were we going to say, Teresa?
There's a few of me being a bully. Actually, you know, I do have a lot of footage where I probably wasn't, you know, I watched the video afterwards and I thought, God, what a bitch. I'm not even going to post that. Seriously.
I remember Odin from the good old days during the speakeasy. And you too, Teresa.
Yeah, the speakeasy, you know, the speakeasy started August 13th, 2000 and something. I don't remember. Leonard used to post the date all the time, but it started in August of, I think, 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll tell you, man, that was the speakeasy was my very first trip into Discord land. I know, Teresa. I know. I had a hard time with it. But man, oh man, Odin, when I first got to Discord, the speakeasy, I never wanted to go to Discord, but everybody, you know, people on YouTube were saying, Chip, go to Discord, go to Discord, go to Discord. So I says, all right, what the hell? I'll give it a shot, right? I get over to the speakeasy Discord, and I had happened to stick my foot in the door right when the shit was just about to hit the fan. It hadn't hit the fan yet, but it was right there. It was inches away. And man, oh man, did my eyes get opened real quick. I was like, wow.
Yeah, the good old speakeasy days. Whew.
Oh man, that
was a tough place. That was a really tough place.
Oh,
That's
that
probably one of the toughest Discord servers I've ever been.
Oh yeah, you had to have thick skin to go in there. You had to.
You get eaten up, shoot out, and spit out. Oops, sorry,
I remember like going, man, you know, I see all these guys in chat. What's this about? Why is everybody scared of this Discord? Then I met Leonard first fucking thing.
Yeah.
We had some good times in that server. We really did.
Booty Wart can probably remember this. I'd go over into Solar Rights Unite, go over and fucking troll the hell out of them. Then Leonard would come in and they'd follow into the bait and they'd follow right into where Leonard would jump in and start trolling them. And it was like, fuck, this shit is fun as hell.
Oh, it was beautiful watching it unfold.
Then we'd have William Dine, and God, he's a great man. And he'd get on the troll. It's like, damn, this is good.
I don't know about you guys, but we all talk about trolls and trolling and who's a troll and who's not a troll and who's the best troll and who's a terrible troll. I'm just gonna come out here and just say it right here and right now. In my opinion, the greatest troll to ever live, he needs a crown on top of his head as the greatest troll ever, is GD by far.
No.
Oh,
Leonard would be.
GD had me going so bad, and Teresa will probably remember this. When I used to do live streams, Odin, and I used to do some really crazy drunken live streams, right? I had some of the friggin' craziest people in my live streams, and I would have this battle going on back and forth with this guy named X-Cop.
I remember that. Oh my God.
Oh God. And it got to the point, Odin, okay? It got to the point where I knew in the back of my mind, I said, son of a bitch, this is somebody I know and they're messing with me, right? But then again, he was so good that it got to the point, and Teresa will tell you this, it got to the point where he said, I'm flying into Atlanta Saturday, and if you have any balls, you'll meet me in Atlanta and we'll fight this out. Now, I was literally going to meet him on Peachtree Avenue in Atlanta at the Dunkin' Donuts and fight this guy. Okay?
Wow.
Well,
He's only 2 inches tall. He's only 2 inches tall.
Yep. Well, swear to God, this is a true story. I
God.
got into Speakeasy Discord the next morning, and GD is in there, and he said, Chip, we were in voice. I said, yeah, GD, how you doing? He goes, I can't do this anymore. I have to let you in on a little secret. And I said, what's that? He goes, I'm X-Cop. He had me going for what, 2 months, Teresa?
It was a good little while. I do remember.
Oh my God. I was like, you bastard. And I mean, he had me to the point where I was literally going to ride into fucking Atlanta that Saturday and meet him.
Wow.
Oh, he trolled the shit
I remember X-Cop. Yeah, I remember X-Cop very well. I think X-Cop has not, he didn't just troll you. I think he trolled a few other people. And I don't remember who else hated X-Cop.
Oh man, did I get a laugh out of that? Me and him just laughed and laughed and laughed. And I said, you know what? I should have seen that coming a mile away, but I didn't.
Do you guys remember, and this is probably one of the funniest guys that I think I've ever trolled. Stupidest guy. News Now Cleveland. Do you guys remember that guy? Oh my God, we would laugh and laugh and laugh.
Didn't he try to play psychology online and baited a 16-year-old in?
Yeah, he eventually was sentenced for some sort of sex crime or online stuff with some kids or something. But that was later on. That's beside the point. He was just a hoot to watch. He was so paranoid and had so many crazy stories.
The brick throwing
The brick.
act. That
Oh my
was
God.
awesome.
The brick. That was so funny. And remember, it was 2 bricks because whenever he started the video, there was a hole in the window and he didn't catch the first brick, I don't think. But then he was videoing and another brick came through while he was video recording. Remember?
Yeah, and he did an epic fall.
The fall. Oh my God.
I don't remember him.
Oh, he was a hoot. He's probably a little bit before your time because he eventually kind of just went away.
There are an awful lot of Fruit Loops on YouTube, right? I mean, just shake the Fruit Loop tree and a new one falls out every day. But I have to say, out of all the fucking weirdos on YouTube, right? I mean, the day that I stumbled upon targeted citizen. Oh, oh my God. He wins the biggest Fruit Loop on YouTube award in my eyes.
That guy, we were talking about him on Shiva's panel just a little while earlier, and they were saying that I was saying that he's a big hoot, but they were talking about some of his things, that he does, talking about how they think it's his son that's setting up all these little things around the house to make him think the government's in there.
Wow.
Oh,
Hey,
if that's his son, that's brilliant.
how far back are you guys talking about? Because I don't recall any of these people's names.
Well, what has this been going on for 3 years or so that we've all been together?
Oh wow,
About
3
3
years.
or 4 years.
Oh yeah, all day.
That's a long time
Yeah,
on an
'cause-
interview.
What, News Now Cleveland? That was like 2018 beginning, maybe.
Yeah, never heard of
He
News
was
Now
early.
Cleveland.
Yeah, he was early on. He was hysterical.
Yeah, we have no
Yeah.
life.
I have known you guys that long.
So do you guys think there's been much change then, like from 2018 to 2020, as far as the auditing, the frauditing, whatever you want to
Yes.
call it? Do you think there's a big change that you guys have seen?
Huge change.
What's
Eh,
that, Chip? Why don't you share a little bit? That'll be
Yes and
interesting.
no. Yes and
It went from just take one person for example, High Desert Community Watch. At one point in the beginning when he started, I firmly believe that he kind of believed what he was doing, and now it's all clicks, views, money. And also the entire YouTube community in the past 3 years, in my eyes, has changed to the point where, and I think Teresa and Odin will agree with me. In the past 3 years, it has gotten much more vicious and much more like brutal, and it's crazy. It's changed in my eyes.
I personally think that while it's changed a lot, and we've gotten like new people and stuff in that way, I think that there's a sucker born every minute, and the cycle just continues. You know what I mean?
Right.
there, I'll share the one gift that
Oh,
Teresa
these are
did.
good. These are some good dramatic death falls. That's Cleveland right there. You see that? That's like
That's Bell for Freedom. That's Cleveland.
Oh, I remember these.
you see his window all broken in the background. Watch this. Wow.
Hell, Miss Joe brought up a News Now ashtray. How could we forget?
Yeah, I was gonna say News Now Ashtray was another good one. He was so gross though. He was, and then his kids got involved, and they were all just, yeah. That was kind of sad.
I remember him.
Hold on, let me. There's that one.
That's News Now Ashtray. In case anybody's wondering, that's the ashtray right.
That's an interesting name.
It's News Now,
We
Ohio.
nicknamed him that. Yeah, his name is News Now Ohio, but he smoked a lot, so we called him News Now. Maybe Merv gave him that name. I don't remember.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Oh man, did we
funny.
have some laughs?
I have a list somewhere of all the nicknames. I don't know where it is. It's probably on one of my hard drives somewhere, but one day I'll come across it and share it. That was hysterical though. We had a nickname for everybody.
Oh yeah, I remember mine. You motherfucker.
That's sort of like Doofy's
Talking about
nickname now. We call him Cocksucker.
We used to call what's her name? Poor Jamie. We used to call her Dairy Queen. And I don't know what her channel name is now, but they would call her that. And then like Merv would call Black Label. He would call him Fat Parasite. That was his nickname. Felipe had a nickname too, it seems like. They all had nicknames.
Sounds like you guys had a lot more fun with it back then.
Teresa, what happened to Felipe?
He's still around. He comes in Discord every so often.
Oh, I haven't seen him in ages. I'm in the wrong Discords.
Here's another one you guys should know.
That's a good one. I don't know who made that. I don't know who made it, but it's good. I don't know.
I think Booty Wart's made a couple.
Yeah,
I was going to say Booty Wart made a bunch.
Them two had a big falling out.
I used to
Which
have
they're
a
back
huge,
together.
I used to have a huge collection of gifts.
I have a lot of your gifts saved. I have some of them that I reposted on my news, on the server in my gift room or whatever. But I remember whenever, I guess whenever Earl first got arrested and stuff, there was just a whole series of Booty Wart gifts from, Earl, like, the ones where he'd peek through the hole in the wall and come up for the Shell station. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is a couple of those in there.
Well, someone, I can't remember who, I think it might have been you, Chip. I'm not positive, but someone was talking about when News Now Patrick was filming that yoga class, and I had him coming up out of that window looking in on the yoga class.
Yeah. And you did the Timmy Hopper in the bathroom one?
One of them.
Peeping Timmy.
Creepy Timmy when he peeks his head in the bathroom window?
Peeping Timmy.
Oh, man.
How about this new guy, News Now Permian Basin?
Oh, I don't know him yet.
You're on it. Let's get to know him, Raging Capricorn. We've got a new chomo in the community.
Chomo alert.
Really? Is that the one you somebody DM'd me?
I played the video in here about a half hour ago.
I agree with Miss Zoe in chat. Any channel name that starts with News Now needs to be laughed at.
Oh man, I remember when that first started. I remember when News Now Patrick was a prepubescent. Remember that, Teresa?
Yeah, before he turned old enough to something. It seems like he's been auditing since he was around 17 or something.
Yeah, he was like a little kid when he first started. He was like you said, he was like 17. And he's out like with his high squeaky voice and not shaving yet and fucking he wasn't as fat either.
Yeah. The first video I ever watched of him, honest to God, I thought he was a woman, because of his voice. And then it didn't show his face. And there was about a month or so that I didn't know who he was or whatever. And then I guess it was at some function or something. It seems like maybe one of those gun rallies or something in San Antonio. And he was there and I got to actually, physically look at him. And I was like, wow, that's all I can say. I don't really know other than that, how to describe my reaction.
Yeah. He was just a kid.
And he was real young then. Yeah. Very young.
Yeah.
Miss Joe might have your list there, Teresa.
You might have the list. It's around. I have it somewhere. I just don't know where. It used to be pinned in Merb server, but I think he threw away everything I ever.
Didn't we have a couple lists where certain people are ahead of the snake or part of the trifecta?
Yeah, that was all listed. I had typed all that up one day for some reason, for whatever reason.
Somehow I got on there.
I think it's funny how like people that don't go to Discord, they kind of see us over there like rubbing our hands together. We're going after him, and that shit. We laugh so much on there, even at each other.
Yep, poke fun at each other.
Well, I got busted the other day for being sarcastic and snarky. One of my Discord posts made it in the community page of News Now Houston.
Oh yeah, I get my ass handed to me in Discord a lot of times, and you just have to suck it up, and if you're gonna give it, you have to learn how to take it.
That's right.
That's
right.
we call.
Yeah,
That's
very
what
well.
we call.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say to Chip's point, that's what we call the New York attitude.
Yeah, you just have to, you know.
You know,
I mean, I was fucking with several people in Discord, you know, making memes about them and shit like that and everything. And of course, you know, a couple hours later, there's a bunch of memes of me up there. And I mean, what am I going to do? Bitch and complain about it? I mean, I was doing the same thing, you know. So you gotta let it roll off your back, you know.
Oh,
If
hey
you
everybody,
can,
I'm going to
so.
step down. I'm going to step down. It's been a pleasure as always, and don't forget about News Now Permian Basin.
Hey, Booty Warts, can you DM me his info?
Yeah, I'll get you.
All right,
Alrighty.
me too. I mean, I'll check him out. Does he have shit on his channel?
Yeah, it's
I
real
think
easy to
so.
cross-reference it.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end this and go into Discord and pick on people. Maybe AK for a bit.
Don't test me, Odin.
Why?
I'll
'Cause
bully
she's
you back.
why? Because she's been so quiet on panel.
For
I'm
once.
actually making
AK,
dinner
are
for
you
my
there?
kids.
Just kidding.
What are you cooking? What are you cooking?
I am gonna do French toast sticks and then little sausage patty.
Nice.
Okay,
That
we're
sounds
coming up.
good.
Trish, you got the car ready? We're going to AK's house.
Yes, I'll be there in a minute.
Make sure
Well,
you.
actually, you know what? I've actually driven. I've actually not driven. I was a young girl when we did this, but my family moved from Anchorage, Alaska, all the way down to Denham Springs whenever I was about 8 years old, and we packed up, like a moving van and a camper, and we drove. Took us 7 days. Went through the Alpian and all the way through the United States. So that trip takes 7 days. Oh,
We'll get to know each other better in 7 days.
we'll probably need a camper.
No, I'll be on the truck or the hood of your vehicle in probably 2 days.
Okay, I'll strap you. I'll get some. I'll bring some bungee cord.
Be like, oh, quit
You'd be better
harassing me.
than a horn.
All right, Odin, thanks for having me up. All you fine people, it was nice talking to you again. I'll see you again soon.
All right, Chip. Have a good
Hi,
night.
Chowder.
Thanks,
All
Good
right.
Odin.
night, everybody. I'm gonna jump off too. Let
Yeah.
her
Good night, everybody.
See you guys later. Have a good night.
See you in Discord.
Have
Bye.
y'all have a good one, y'all. Take care and God light your path.